guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with The Odd Ones Out, and today we actually got one that's got to be pretty much hitting home to a lot of people. It's called The Internet Changed Me. So yeah, I think we all grew up with the internet at one point in our lives, so whether you were older, younger, or my age, so how about we just hop in and see where this whole thing goes. So be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out.
May I have your attention, please?
Hey, James.
Your attention.
Don't worry, phone's over here.
Please. May I have some? Please. What if I put up gameplay of Subway Surfer and used a robot voice? Would that
Really?
keep you stimulated? Wikipedia says that people born between the year 1981 and 1996 are part of a group called millennials. And I am a 96 baby. Hello,
Same.
Year of the Rat. What's up?
Woo.
I'm cusping on that millennial Gen Z line.
Yeah,
so
we
I
were
can
pretty
relate
much
to
in the
all
middle
you
of-
Gen Zers, okay? I know what cap means. I know what drip means. And I also
Yeah, we're all
don't
basic.
remember where I was when 9/11 happened. However,
I mean, I was
Gen
5,
Z,
so I
there
don't
is a
remember.
difference between us. We're both a generation that grew up on the internet. But you grew up with the internet.
Yeah.
We grew up with the internet. The internet
Yeah,
didn't used to
definitely.
always look like this. It has metamorphosized a multitude of times. Now, if you talk to an older millennial,
GeoGames?
they'll tell you the
Anybody?
horror stories of the late 90s internet. How the internet used to be paired with your home's landline. And if you don't know what a landline is, good. If you wanted
Fair
to
enough.
surf the net at blazing speeds of 7 kilobytes a second, then
Yeah,
you couldn't use your
kilobytes.
telephone at the same time. This was before texting even existed, so if you needed to talk to someone, you had to call them and look up their phone number in that 20-pound weapon known as a phone book, and then if someone else was using the internet, they'd get the pleasure of listening to.
Yeah, that.
Although, if I had to make a sound that represented the entire internet, it would sound exactly like this. I didn't.
Honestly, to be fair, I think my parents had a MacBook back in the day, so I don't think we had... Okay, so I'm trying to remember how our old computer was. Like, it used to be downstairs, like in my dad's office, you know? Just going down the stairs, out there, just go around. You got the office right there, next to the living room, so you pretty much just hang... I would pretty much hang it... Well, actually, everyone would. Actually, speaking of something... There's actually something I kind of wanted to point out, so I'm just showing. Anyway, so you see between the Master Blaster and, what is that? Wing 8? Windows 8. Okay, sorry. Pajama Sam and Jumpstart. Yeah, that is something I definitely remember owning, like, back in the day. Like, I had a lot of grade school stuff with Jumpstart. I'm not sure that was just me because of, autism, but I do remember playing Pajama Sam a couple of times. And, Putt Putt. Yikes, I am so old. Ah, Jesus Christ. You ever have those moments you just feel like, oh, I'm getting older? Ugh. Just, sorry. Anyway, so, enough about my past. Let's just keep going before I get any older.
Grow up with dial-up, but I did grow up in a time where the internet looked completely
Nickelodeon.
different.
Oh,
By
AOL.
the time I was exploring the interwebs, we got speeds up to 1 megabyte per second. So the highest
Megabyte.
quality video you could stream on YouTube was in 240p, or this big. And it would still buffer a lot. Gen Z, you weren't there when YouTube had a 5-star scoring system and the subscribe button was yellow and people would put these things all over their videos. You weren't there when the videos were in a 4:3 aspect ratio because that's what TVs looked like. You
Pretty
weren't
much.
there when a background for a website would be a never-ending grid of a JPEG and music would play against your will and your cursor would turn into a sparkly wand and... Okay, that's
Okay, yeah,
actually
that last
pretty
one's kind of cool.
Whatever happened to that? And
I
then
don't
the
know.
person
You
who
got
built
me,
the
man.
website would go, it's looking pretty good, but you know what this web page really needs? A counter that'll tell you the total number of people who visited. Let me just copy this HTML code I found online, and if you're around my age and you also had unsupervised computer time, then great, you were also there to experience the pre-puberty years of the internet. Try to imagine the internet without social media. No Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or MySpace. Were people back then just not talking about themselves or sharing their opinions online? Were we as a society more
think that
connected
was
with the
discussion
people we
boards
knew
back
in
in
the
the day.
real world? No, of course not. People have been
Like I
sharing
said-
their opinions online since day one. They were just doing it on random message boards.
See?
I know it sounds trivial nowadays, but there was once a novelty in being able to type anything you wanted into the computer and then someone else you didn't know would instantaneously respond. Even Neopets, a game targeted to children, had chat rooms and let anyone send unfiltered messages to children. I'm surprised I didn't meet any weirdos. That's one thing that'll never change with the internet. There will always be weirdos online.
that.
In fact, most of a weirdo's life
still
is
remember some of
spent
the browser
behind a
games I used to
computer.
play.
I would know. I think people loved sending messages so much that sometimes your friend would send you a message that said, "You've just been hit by the duck truck. Send this message to 8 of your friends and you'll be as sexy as a truck." Ignore and you'll be hit by a 16-wheeler. You have 7 days. And
Yikes.
instead of blocking that person, some people would keep the chain going. Hey, I have a quick question.
yeah.
When was the
Email
last
chains.
time you ever had to type a specific website into your address bar? Probably somewhere about 10 years, give or take. You just type in a Y, and then YouTube pops up. You put in a T, you get Twitter, and P gets you pictures of alligators.com.
Yeah.
And if you had a specific question you wanted to ask the internet, you just Yahoo it, right? Yahoo? Oh, no, that's not
yeah, I
the one you kids are
remember that.
using. You kids are using that new search engine, right?
Google.
Ask Jeeves? I know there's like 4 main websites that everyone goes on, but back then, instead of having a social media account, people made their own websites. So there
Yeah.
were a bunch of different
I don't think I ever
websites
made
for you
one,
to
to be
explore.
honest.
And to help you find those websites, you had a few search engines to pick from. Everyone loves to dunk on Bing for even attempting to be a search engine, but back in the day, Google had some competition. Obviously, I can see why Google ultimately won the search engine battle. Google is a great company, and I would recommend Google to all my peers and coworkers. I love Google. As much as I love the internet, some of the best memories we had on the computer weren't even on the internet, were they? Sometimes the internet would just go down. But did that stop us? Did we go outside?
Yes.
No. We were still able to supply
Oh, yeah.
ourselves with hours of entertainment even
yeah, the
without an
disc
internet.
stuff, okay.
All you had to do was click Start, All Programs, Accessories, Games, and then...
Oh, yo! Remember this?
Space Cadet
Hey.
Pinball. I guarantee every millennial watching this right now just got hit with a big wave of nostalgia.
Hey.
This game might seem simple because there's only 2 buttons that you can press, but when you really got into it, this game had a whole lot more going on. Trust me, Space Cadet Pinball was all we had sometimes, and I cherished every second of it.
I don't mind Sweeper,
But if you
Solitaire,
were
whatever you
anything
want.
like me growing up, you were also practicing your art skills. And luckily, every computer came pre-installed with a top-of-the-line painting software that every artist needs.
MS Paint?
Yeah, this program's got everything. There's a line tool, and a bucket tool, and a circle tool. And sometimes when I was really bored, I would make a black rectangle, scribble the freeform selection tool on it, and then blammo! Yeah, I still got it. I just made a masterpiece. And, fun James bonus tip, for some extra self-induced epilepsy, hold down Control-I, which will invert the colors, so your masterpiece will go, oh my god, oh, it hurts to look at! Hey, looks like you're trying to create a conclusion
you
to this
again.
YouTube video. Would
Hey,
you like my
Clippy.
help? No, Clippy. Even
We're
when
good.
you were around, I never used you.
Same.
I just liked having you there to keep me company. The internet is still a relatively new invention that is ever changing
this
the
is
way
just
we
2
live.
decades ago.
And we have yet to see the full effects of what being connected since birth does to a person. The fact that the accumulation of all human knowledge can now fit in your pocket, that's going to affect your day-to-day life. Now, I'm not going to sit
True.
here and tell you to get off the internet, touch grass, and live your life to the fullest. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite and unemployed. There's
Yeah.
no denying all the positive things that the internet has to offer. But I'm also not going to deny all the negative things that come with instant gratification, too. As technology advances, so too do we advance the amount of time we spend online. The internet can connect us to a million different people and perspectives that we never would have been exposed to before. But it can also expose us to some really nasty people and perspectives. And the only thing we can do about those people is shrug and say, sorry, that's the internet. So, are we as a society better off with the internet? I think so. But I don't know, just remember to drink water and stretch. All right, that's the lesson of this video. Go stretch. I'm serious, right now. Go touch your toes.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Honestly, for me, I think the best way is just to remember that just don't dive too deep into things, otherwise you're stuck in the echo chamber, which is why we have a lot of people, like left-wing people, the Karens, you know, Facebook moms, all that, because they're stuck in the echo chamber, which kind of ironic would be like this room, because it bounces back. You know, since, you know, same ideas that are going around, bing, bong, bing, 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 bing. You know, kind of like that, but again, to each their own, right? I can't say for sure that's what's going on, but hey, like I said, it's up to you guys. So, what do you guys think? And a good, bad, honestly for me, it's mostly just try to stay in the middle of it all, you know? Anyway, until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you around for the next one. Night, everybody.